As for me, based on my stock knowledge, although scientific evidence says that the Earth is a sphere beating the Sun, there are so many people around who still believe our planet is flat. Although the idea the Earth is flat has been scientifically discredited, there seems to be a growing belief in the conspiracy theory. So let's proceed. Good day everyone, ladies and gentlemen. First, I'd like quickly introduce myself. I'm Lindsay Aki from BSBA 2E. Now let's get started. For today's video, I'll show all of you my short video presentation. So, what is flattering world? Based on my research, the world is flat. New York Times columnist Thomas L. Friedman proposes the nation that the world is flattering, that around the world, the competitive playing field is being leveled, especially with respect to Trumps. With the increasing ability of technology, it is no longer necessary for societies to rely on hierarchical structures for access to information. So, for today's video, information flows horizontally, producing competitors and connecting collage from around the world. So, there are 10 flatteners that he sees as leveling the global playing field. Number 1, which is collapse of the Berlin Wall. When the walls came down and the windows came up, it means the event not only symbolized the end of the Cold War, but also allowed people from the other side of the wall to join the economic mainstream. On November 9, 1989, is a discussion about the Berlin Wall came down. So, if you remember, the fall of communism and the impact that window-powered PCs or personal computers had on the ability of individuals to create their own content and connect to one another. No, at that point, the basic platform for the revolution to follow was created. The IBM PC Windows, a graphical interface for word processing, dial-up of modems, and standardized for communication and global phone network. Next is number 2, Netscape. What is Netscape? When public at the price of $28, Netscape and the web broadened the audience for the internet from its roots as a communication medium used primarily by early adopters and geeks to something that made the internet accessible to everyone. From 5 years old to 95 years old, the digitization that took place meant that everyday occurrences such as words, files, film, music, and pictures could be accessed and manipulated on the computer screen by all people across the world. Number 3 is workflow software. What is workflow software? This is Friedman catch-all for the standards and technologies that allowed work to flow. It is the ability of machines to talk to another machines with no humans involved. Friedman believes that the first 3 forces have become a crude foundation of a whole new global platform for collaboration. The emergence of such software is the genesis moment of the flat world. This is what we call emergence of software protocols, which are STMP, which is Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, HTML, the language that enable anyone to design and publish document that could be transmitted to and read any computer anywhere. Number 4 is uploading. Involves communities that upload and collaborate on online project. Examples, Mahalia collaborate with Carlin Pin on TikTok while dancing. These are the example of uploading. Friedman considered the phenomenon the most disruptive force of all. Number 5 is outsourcing. Friedman argues that outsourcing has enabled companies to split service and manufacturing activities into components that can be subcontracted and performed the most efficient, most cost-effective way. This process became easier with the mass distribution of fiber optic cable during the introduction of the World Wide Web. Number 6 is offshoring. This is the internal relocation of a company manufacturing or other processes to a foreign land to take advantage of less costly operation there. China's entrance into the World Trade Organization allowed for greater competition on the playing field. Number 7 is supply chain. Friedman compares the modern retail supply chain to River by describing Walmart as the best example of company that used technology to streamline item sales, distribution, and shipping. Number 8, outsourcing. Friedman uses apps as a prime example for insourcing, whereby the company's employees perform services beyond shipping. For example, apps repairs Toshiba laptop on behalf of Toshiba. The work is done at the app's Hobby Apps employees. Number 9, information. Google and other search engines and Wikipedia are the prime example. Never before in the history of the planet have so many people in their own had the ability to find so much information about so many things and about so many other people's writers. Friedman. He states that the growth of search engines is tremendous. For example, Friedman states Google is now processing roughly 1 billion searches per day, up from 150 million just for 2 years ago. Number 10 is the steroids. The steroids and wireless voice over IP or VoIP and file sharing and are used on personal digital devices like mobile phones, iPads, and personal digital assistants, digital mobile personal and virtual, as well as the analog content and processes from entertainment to photography to word processing can be digitized and therefore shape manipulated and transmitted, and this process can be done at high speed with total ease. Mobile can be done anywhere and anytime by anyone and can be done to anyone. Under the 10 flatteners, they have a proposed remedies beliefs that to fight the quiet crisis of flattering world, the U.S. workforce should keep updating its work skills also, making the workforce more adaptable. Friedman argues will keep it more employable. He also suggests that the government make it easier for people to switch jobs by making retirement benefits and health insurance. Next is Dell theory of conflict prevention. The Dell theory of conflict prevention, also known as simply the Dell theory, is a capitalist peace theory, an updated version of Friedman's previous that Golden Arcs theory of conflict prevention. According to Friedman, the Dell theory stipulates no two countries that are both part of major global supply chain like Dell's will ever fight a war against each other as long as they are both part of the same global supply chain. This is as long corporations have major supply chain operation in countries other than that corporations have home country, those countries will never engage in armed conflicts. So, that's all. Thank you. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.